Ansel, when we come back, what's going to happen next? I told him, Zachary, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know who's going to leave next. I don't know who's going to walk away from the faith next. I don't know who's going to backslide, all right? And he told me, well, this is not going to be us. Right. It's not going to be us. Right. It's not going to be us. I told him that no matter what, before we die, but God forbid, before my father and your father goes to heaven, before Darian, everybody, I want them to know that we were serving God for anything else. Right. And before he left, we made that promise. It was like a Jonathan and David kind of thing, like, hey, let's make a covenant. Let's still live right for God. Let's still serve God. I don't want to be moved. I want to be steadfast. I want to be abounding. And it's sad. When I came back from 3 years of college, I was expecting to see the faces that I've known in the blessed ministries that I worked on for 5 years. Hey, I'm looking forward to see this guy. Where is he? Oh, he backslid. What happened to him? Oh, everything is shut down for him. Okay, let me go into main service. Let me see the person who taught me how to play piano. He's gone too. Okay, wow. Okay, thanks so much. After that, then I found out something else was going on in the church, and it's so sad that I came here and I found out that people were moved. Yeah. They were moved. Yeah. And they forgot something, that they were supposed to be steadfast. But why weren't they steadfast? Because why? They're removable. Right. They're removable. And in Corinthians, Corinthians is not a good church, by the way. And I am tired of sitting by Riverdale Road. There's a church named Corinthian Baptist Church. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We shouldn't name ourselves after a church that had to be talked to by Paul numerous of times. Right. Okay? There was in chapter 1, it was greetings from Paul. In chapter 2, there was a spiritual, Paul gave spiritual wisdom. Chapter 3, Paul condemns the church for division because of sin. Because there was sin among them, and that sin will cause division. Right. And in chapter 4, he counsels them. Chapter 5, he condemns immorality. Immorality is going on in the church. Right. Chapter 5 and chapter 6, Paul has to talk to them about that, but he also says this too in chapter 6. He tries to conclude it. He said, hey guys, you ought to live like you are and not as you were. Right. He concludes in that portion. But guess what? When you're getting up chapter 6, he says this. Hey guys, we're going to be judges of angels. You don't even know how to judge your own brethren? Right. Everything was messed up in the church. He continues on in chapter 7, chapter 8. There was a marriage problem. They were offering food to strange idols. Chapter 13, 14, spiritual gifts and love. This is where we come across the great speaking in tongues, which guys, up to this day, let me tell you something, careful speaking in tongues. It was used to authenticate the word of God, and yes, tongues have ceased. It was used to authenticate the word of God. Right. And if a woman says that, oh, women can speak tongues, guess what? In the Bible, women were not supposed to speak in tongues. Never did. In chapter 13, there was a love chapter, but at the same time, it gave us a guidelines of what to do in God's house. And at the end of the God, and what Paul said, he said this, whatever you do, do heart unto the Lord. He also said this too, he said, God's not the author of confusion. Right. Be careful what you do in the house of God. But continuing on in chapter 15, he talks about the instruction of the resurrection. He's talking about the resurrection of the body, resurrection of the soul, and all that stuff. And then he comes across this verse right here. Like, why was he saying this then? Therefore, like what Caden Bible says, where if there's a therefore, you need to figure out what it's therefore. He just finished talking about the resurrection, that once we die, we're going to be in Christ in heaven. Now that Christ died, we died, but now that Christ lives, we live. We were crucified with Christ. And he put down, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast. Steadfast means affirm, unwavering. Affirm in your belief, you're aggressive in what you stand for. Unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain. Why did he say this? As long as you're living on this earth, there's going to be some people trying to pull you away from the Word of God. There's going to be people trying to pull you away from what God wants you to do. And there's going to be people on this earth that are Christians. They're going to fall away and they're going to drag you down with them. And guess what? Like I said before, it's pride. When people fall away, they do what they want to do. They do what they want to believe. They do what they think is right. But guess what? And it's sad. You spend all this time influencing so many kids, and you just backslide like that, not even caring. It's pride. The only thing they're in this right time is pride. That was it. I want to be mentioned by the pastor. I want to be mentioned by this. I want to get that in my life. I want to do this great. Oh, I'm in the bus benches, or I'm teaching. One time this lady was out in front of my face like, Pat, yes, I'm doing this for you, pastor. I got the towels. I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? It's not for the pastor, it's for God. That's right. But we forget so much that, oh, we're just going to do it for a senior. No, it's not. Like what Brother Tom said at the youth conference, last time I checked, look, man, I have not been praised on that pulpit once, and I'm glad. I have not, because I didn't get a big head. I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to bash, oh, he didn't praise me. No, not once. Amen. And I can live without it. Right. Some people, they act like they need it. Oh, I need to be praised, man. I got to be praised, man. And they snort that stuff up like it's drugs. I'm serious. They can't live without it. They can't do the work of God without it. And you know what? That's a problem. That's how people get moved so much. They're focused. Their focal point is on one thing.
Right.
You know, other people, they get moved because they forget what they believe in as well. They're not steadfast in the faith. They're not steadfast in what they believe in. In Colossians, it warns you about the people who try to spoil you. They're going to try to rip you from what you believe in. There's people in the church that have agendas, and their agenda is wrong. They have people in the church that talk about speaking in tongues. They're talking about Calvinism, they're talking about Gnosticism, and antagonists, and all that stuff. They try to separate you from what you believe in and from what the Bible is. Right. They're trying to tell you that the NIV, the NKJV, the ESV, and all the other all the other NIV stuff, that is all right. Okay? There's too much IVs in there. I got confused myself. That was crazy. Okay? Why read something that was man-written? You see, the problem is, though, about the KJV, it was translated from the Masoretic text, from the Branch you use it, okay? It was translated from that, from the text from Septus. But the problem is with the New King James, it was not translated from that. Right. It was just translated from the KJV. That's it. We translate this from the Greek and up. Right. We worked hard. Guys, the Masoretes, they were so strict about translating the Word of God that if they even messed up something, they actually throw it away. They would throw it away, or they would use it as reading curriculums for the younger kids. They'll have to start the whole thing over. I can't do that. I mess up. I'm like, now imagine, that's how seriously they took the Word of God. Guys, we should take the Bible seriously. They're not steadfast in the Word. I need to get into this sermon because this is really good, but I would like to view this verse with you in a different perspective. How come Christians are not steadfast? How come Christians are not steadfast at the way they should be? Because they're movable. Nope. How come the Christians move so much? Because they need to be, they're movable. See, unmovable there, I like to switch. I'm not trying to take the word out of text, but I just want to see from our perspective. How come people are now abounding in the work of the Lord? They're movable. I could have said that. How come they're movable? Because they're not steadfast. How come they're not abounding? Because they're not steadfast. How come they realize their work? How come you don't see their work as vain of the Lord? Because they're not steadfast. But I'd rather pick movable because there are a lot of Christians out there that their steadfast is messed up. They're not abounding in the work of God. They're not looking towards the author and finisher of our faith. Why? Because they are movable. Right. Steadfast is not even a question for them. They don't even know what steadfast is to begin with. They didn't know what it's like. I might be speaking for myself, but they didn't know what it's like for what did the devil trying upon you, the devil cursing, the devil messing you up, the devil trying to ruin your family. They're messing everything up. They don't know what that's like yet. But guess what? When little things come, they move. And when the little problems come, they move. Those are called the butterfly Christians. You need to be a butterfly Christian. A butterfly Christian is who looks so beautiful, it looks so great, but when trouble comes, the wings of a butterfly are so brittle, it breaks away. They're the same way. And guys, I want to preach a sermon to you, okay? I want to preach a sermon to you today. It's called Be Unmovable. The title is Unmovable. Before Zach and I left, man, I love Zach so much. Yeah, of course you guys know he's my best friend. And just because we don't hang around, I don't see you guys hang around much, but we're still best friends. You can tell I love that man to death, okay? He is when his mother was, you can talk to Tim about when his mother had cancer, man. Me and him would pray about it. Me and would talk about, hey, is your mother doing good? I would take him to their air show, stuff like that. We'd hang out all the time. I mean, he's not flesh and blood, and I'm so glad that Zach and I'm so glad that Zach is still serving Christ. Amen. Look where Zachary is. Yeah. He's at a college where it's a Catholic college. The dude found vodka in his dresser. But guess what? He still wants to serve Christ. I think about the people in the Bible like Joseph, how a woman, the Potiphar's wife, wanted to basically practically rape him in a way. Wanted to say, come sleep with me, come do this with me. He said, no, how can I do this great witness before God? People forget. The reason why they're so immovable, they forgot that there's a righteous God watching them. They forget. They're so busy trying to please somebody that is probably in the ministry that they forget that they need to please God first. Right. They need to please God first. Point number one, be steadfast. Be steadfast. You say, how can I not be moved by this world? Let's be steadfast. That's it. I mean, guys, you see, people overcomplicate the Christian walk. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Oh, I have to bow down to this. Oh, I have to bow down to that. Oh, I have to sacrifice a lamb again to drive a ram up. No, that's the law. That was in the past. Now, guys, God wants us to live justly, to live right for Him, to honor Him, to pray. That's it. Honor Him. Keep Him first. That's all He asks. But we complicate it so much. We turn it into a religion. Be steadfast. Be steadfast in your faith. Do not fall in the wayside of your faith. There's so many Christians outside of this church and inside this church. Where are they now? Where are they now? Where are the people that were here 3 years ago? Where are the people here that were a year ago? Where are the people now that were supposed to be 5 years ago? Where are they? They're probably dead, or they're in jail, or they're probably not. This don't want nothing to do with this church anymore. I hope that they found another church, but they're not here anymore. What happened to the people that were in junior boys class and junior girls class? What happened to the girls that were supposed to be here? They were not steadfast. And Brother Tom said to say they weren't steadfast to begin with. It was all a joke to them. No. It was just a joke. It was just a walk. That, you know what? The devil wants us to feel so comfortable, like, oh, I think I can do this by myself. Oh, I think I'm firm enough. I think I'm firm in his foundation enough that I can handle instead of my 2 feet on my own. Guess what? You think like that? Jesus told Peter this, that Satan will sift you like wheat.
That's right.
He will sift you like wheat.
That's right.
Stay firm in what you believe in. So many people out of this world, so many Christians out of this world, they believe the more. No, okay, guys, I was reading this article. All right, this country's. I want to say the people are messed up. Okay, a blonde girl braided her hair. Okay, and posted on Facebook. And it was innocent. Hey guys, like my hair? And she started getting hated by all these black people. Like, oh, how dare you braid your hair? That's for black people only. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? I'm laughing like, man, you see these black girls walk around my neighborhood with red hair, blonde hair, green hair, look like the Hulk, She-Hulk or something, and they braid their hair too. But you don't see white people. Oh, we're supposed to have red hair. Yeah, post it on Facebook or YouTube too, Darren. Y'all messed up. Can't believe this. But God will die for them and love them too. The world that we live in. And you know what? We don't look at the bad. Like, why? Why focus on that? On that little thing? It doesn't make any sense, but I'm like, why? You just sit back and just laugh. I don't know what to do. When an individual falls from the faith, he is tossed. He is moved. When he falls down, he is moved. He paid attention to the most littlest things and not the big things. Oh yeah, I think I can do this by myself. Did you read your Bible this morning? Yeah, I think I'm fine. When you tell yourself that, you're destined to fall. When you say that you're fine, no, God, that happens to me. I wake up every morning, I think I'm fine for reading my Bible. That's when I'm going to fall.
That's right.
That's when I'm going to fall. Oh, I think I'm good. No, that's when you're going to fall. Oh, I don't think I need to pray right now. I probably might pray tonight. You don't do it in the morning, you won't do it tonight at all. Christians are not steadfast. They get moved. They will get moved.
Right.
But this steadfast means being firm. You stand firm in what you believe in. It doesn't mean being stubborn about it. No, it means what you believe that's true, you stand by it. You keep it close to you. Guys, keep it close to you. Study the Bible. Study like you should know at the back of your head. Because there's going to be some people out there that will ask you a question. What's the difference between my God and your God? There's going to be questions like that. Who is God? How old is God? I mean, they're going to ask you some weird questions, okay? At my job, where I used to work, they asked me the most weirdest questions, Brother Tom, and I don't know if there should be a scientific answer to that. You know, you should just do something to ignore it. But there's going to be some people out there that will ask you questions, and you should know why you stand by them. You should know why you read the Bible, why the Bible is true. You should know why we serve a loving God. You should know that. Read your Bible, study it out. Amen. At the age of 8, Dan was studying that out. My dad forced him to know. No, at the age of 8, Dan wanted to find out for himself. Right. I'm not trying to toot his horn or anything. Guys, what I'm trying to say about that, we're not too young to study the Word of God. Right. We're not too young to study the Word of God. And guys, if we study it now when we get older, guess what? It's going to be hard for the devil to move us. Because when we wake up in the morning, the devil's going to be like, oh, is that person right there again? Oh, man, what am I going to do to move this guy now? He got everything down by the book. I can't move him. He's hard. But sometimes the devil does have to try with some of us. Like we don't think about sin. We just do it. We don't think about sin. We just do it. You ask the kid, why'd you do that? I don't know. He's a sinner. He just does it. We don't forget. Don't forget. And don't forget where you came from too, where God saved you from. Right. Don't forget the people that invested in you. That's the main reason why people are moved. They forget who invested in them. Amen. You say, oh, how do you know that? Sometimes we forget what God has done for us, and we still sin. We forget what God has done for us, and we sin. Don't forget what God has done for you. Don't forget what people has done for you. What people invested in the amount of time. Guys, I didn't want to ruin. God forbid down the road I'm over there smoking. I don't want to smoke. I'm doing something bad. Okay? I don't know what it is. I'm doing something bad. God forbid. then who am I going to be remembered as? Well, yeah, I remember my uncle. Yeah, he was a great preacher. Now look at him, he's gone now. He's gone. I mean, I don't know how many people he's touched, but now he's gone now. And guess what? Yeah, I'm just another thing in the past now. I'm just another story. I'm just another example.
Wow.
And that's sad. I'm just another example. By the time, there's so many examples in this church, and no more present, future, or no more of the people here to serve. It's just all examples. No more reputation, it's examples. No more testimonies, it's just examples. Guys, I don't want mine or yours to be an example. Is it going to be a good example or a bad example? Because frankly, when I came back here, someone was like, hey, well, I'm just so-and-so. Oh, he's just another example now. I can use him in my sermon illustration now, and I don't want that. I'd rather be using a sermon illustration in a good way, not a bad way. I'd rather you guys be using a sermon illustration in a good way, not a bad way. I'd rather you guys still live right for God when I come back, please, not for me, but not for Brother Tom, not for my dad, not for Darian, but for God. If I go away, guess what? You still keep serving Christ. I told this, I know some of you guys will hear something right now. I told this to people on Friday night activity, but Kid Bong, God forbid, he goes into heaven or he falls from the wayside, you still keep serving God.
Amen.
You still keep serving Him.
Right.
And you know what's so messed up too? When a person falls down, oh, there goes my motivation. No, God should be your motivation. Amen. It should be your motivation. We're so moved by everything. We're so fluctuated by everything that we can move so easily. But we forgot our focal point. We forgot we're supposed to be steadfast in the faith. Not for no one else, but for Christ.
Yes.
Find out what you believe in. Hebrews 10:23, 1 Corinthians 16:13. Stand firm. Stand firm against sin. Stand firm against sin. There are many Christians today that have fallen into sin and they can't get out of it. They cannot get out of it. There are churches down in the South are being modified into Presbyterian, tongue-speaking, worshiping churches. The one church was a Baptist church, now a Mason Lodge. Why? What happened to the pastor? Oh, the pastor, you did some crazy stuff with activity with little kids. Pastor committed suicide. Okay, there was a pastor that committed suicide because he was gay or something. He had to commit suicide because I'm like, wow. Sin is messing everything up. Yeah. He was moved. The pastors were moved. The people were moved. They were moved by the sin. They were not moved by God. And guys, worst thing that can ever happen is when your sin starts moving you away from God. Yeah. And when God's voice starts to fade. And once it moved away from God, the devil's thoughts start coming into your mind. And you are so far away from God, you can't hear Him anymore. Right. We see this verse. Oh, guys, hold on to your faith, for the Lord's coming back. Well, guess what? We forgot to see what's in. We look past point A to Z, or point A to C. Then we forgot to look in A, B, C, you know, all that stuff right there. We forgot to look in the middle of it. I can draw it right here. Okay, here's the point of my life. Boom, boom, boom. This is what we see. But we forget what's in the middle of it. Right. We forget so much. And that's what that verse right here. We look past this verse so many times. And I believe that we do. Oh, stand firm in the faith. Jesus is coming back. Yeah, when Jesus is going to come back, you have a job to keep. Right. You have to be steadfast. You can't be moved. When God comes back, what will you be doing? And it scares me. What will those people be doing when they're not in church anymore? They're on Instagram flaunting their sin. They're on Facebook flaunting their sin. And guys, don't be doing that stuff. If you have sin, don't flaunt it on Facebook. If you have a Snapchat, watch your Snapchat. I got rid of mine. Snapchat's a porn site to me now. It's wrong. I got rid of my box. I got rid of my kid. I can't have that on my phone. It's not a game anymore. These people are getting moved, and they have stuff that's so small and turns out to be big. Be careful with your Snapchat. If you're Snapchatting pornography, nasty stuff, knock that off. That's right. Please do, because guess what? I don't want to come back 3 years later again, or a year later, hey, everybody, how you doing? Praise God. Where's so-and-so? He backslided. I'm like, that's a little fool. I hope I don't have to call you a fool. I'm like, are you serious? We Brother Tom and this, and then this is how he repays us. This is how he repays God. Don't, please, I beg, guys, don't do that. Why am I preaching so hard about this? Because I'm tired of Christians backsliding. And God forbid, I do not want this to happen to me, and it will not happen. Just because another Christian backslides, don't be afraid of it. Like, oh, what if it happened to me? Use that as a motivation and say, no, that's not going to happen to me. Yeah. Zachary and I, before we left, it ain't happening to me, man. No. I don't care. I'll kill myself before I start backsliding if it gets to that point. I'd rather die knowing that I try my best for Jesus than rather just drag the rest of my life out in sin. Yep. That's what God take me now. I don't want to live like that.
That's right.
I don't want my dad, my mom, my future wife, my kids, oh man, my dad backslid. No, I want God kill me now if that ever happens. I'm sorry, I don't want that. I don't want my guy's name to be dragged down the dirt. I'm serious. I don't want to do that. See, hands are why? I just don't.
Yeah.
Too many people that down in Florida, the little day camper kids, I've helped. Literally, these kids have nobody in their lives. Have nobody. There's this one kid. You know what happened? There's one boy, I still remember his name. His name is Gunther. It's a German name, nice name. Never thought I heard a name of a kid like that. Like, wow, it was crazy. You know what happened to his mom and dad? They left him over drugs. I'm there before, this is when I had a girlfriend. I'm there talking to her, I'm like, yeah. And this lady walked up to me, I was like, he started stomaching up, and I was like, he started crying and ran in the vehicle, and I was like, what's wrong with him? He said that his parents left him for drugs and money, like drugs. Like his mom and dad, again, like they're pathetic. And I was just like, so, let me try and talk to him. Because I know him, he's like from one of my teams. And I throw dodgeballs at him, throw dodgeballs at me. I love that boy. He knows who I am. So I opened the door and I said, hey buddy, what's wrong? Like, my parents left me for drugs. I'm like, he was crying. He was crying. You know what? He wasn't there just for the games. He was there for love. Yeah. I told him, you know what? God loves you and I love you. And I want to see you again. Come back here, okay? When your parents leave you, guess what? God is still there for you. That's right. The boy's looking for love. And God forbid I walk away from that ministry and from that testimony. A boy who's crying, he said, Mr. Morley, I have nobody. I have little kids come up to me and tell me, you're the closest thing that I ever have to a dad. My dad's in jail. Can you be my dad? I kid you not. Two boys named Mason, the other one named Brody. They told me this, Henry, can you please marry our moms? I was like, what? No, I was like, well, by the time I was like, oh, they're praying, they're world. Whoa, you know? Hey, let's get to the point. Amen. Can you teach us there for God? Man? I was like, stop the video. Hey, man, I was like, nah, man, I can't do that. How old is your mom? Like, she's 33 years old. Like, yeah, definitely no. Yeah, she was like, she's 21. I was like, no, because she had you. No. No, it feels awkward when they say stuff like that, but it feels great knowing that they want you to be a part of the family. Now, you know we're already in a family. We're in the same family. We are. We're in the Christian family. And guys, I don't want to turn my back away from that. I don't want to go back, hey, where's Mr. Morley? Why isn't he here? Oh, he left. He's not coming back. I'd rather have him here. Oh, he's at another church. He's at another church preaching. He's working with another youth group. I don't want to hear them say, oh, he's fallen with sin. Oh, he's smoking crack cocaine. He's out there beating women. He's a pimp. I don't want that from them. I don't want them to hear that at all. And let that be a motivation, because we realize that sin drags us away from our calling. Is there sin residing in you? Is there? Think of it. I'm not gonna start calling out, oh, pornography, cursing, like, you know what it is, you deal with it. Right. If you know what it is, you deal with it. If it is cursing, if it's that stuff, you deal with it. If it's the music that you listen to, deal with it. You guys, don't be listening to rap. I don't know, rap, I don't know, whatever. Don't be listening to it. Stand firm against these things. 1 Peter 2:11, it says, I beseech you as pilgrims and strangers, abstain from worldly lust, for it's a war against the soul. That's right. It wars against the soul. And many Christians lose against this because they can't handle this. This is with them 24/7. It's on TV too. Yep. I'm over there trying to look for a sports channel. I love fishing, okay? I'm looking for fishing. And I click on the dump by mistake, it has all these nasty titles. Are you serious? It's everywhere. Yep. And this country has the nerves to support it. Yep. I mean, I'd rather see some more big Bass Pro Shops and all that stuff. I like the fishing. Darian Deck can tell you, I love fishing. They see me watching that Major League Fishing. I love it. It's peaceful. It takes me away from this crazy world. A bunch of old guys fishing, relaxing. We are movable as Christians because we do not abstain from sin. And we are moved by this world when we are not growing in the Word. I can't tell you how many times. The way you can tell a person's backsliding is when they are far from Christians, far from the people, and they start sitting in the back of the church, and they leave early. Now, that might not be some percent. Sometimes they just want to go home and it's not talk to people because they're annoying sometimes, which I understand, that's fine. There's some annoying people in this church. Okay, there are some. Okay? I'm not going to write down some of his names. I showed the button one time, Captain T. The back and all these loud followers. But that's beside the point. There are some people in the church that can be known, but there are some people in church, if you look closely, they want nothing to do with church. They're here because of their mom, their dad forced them to. Yeah. That's all they're here for. And you can tell in the back life. You can tell. And the only way we cannot be moved is if we need to stay steadfast. Number 2, not only should we stay steadfast, but we should abound in the work of God. Now, there's an always abounding in the work of the Lord. Always means you continue in it. You keep going, keep going, keep going, never stop. This is what bothers me. Just because a kid stops coming to church doesn't mean you stop coming to church. Just because a man falls to the wayside doesn't mean you have to fall to the wayside. Just because a person backslides doesn't mean you have to backslide. Okay? Always abounding in the work of the Lord. If they fall down, you don't fall down. Right. Guess what? If they fall down, I think of it as a D-Day. You think when the people are getting out of the Higgins boat, when a person from them gets shot, they're like, oh man, let's retreat. No, they kept pushing through to those little what's it called? To the beachhead up there. Right. They had a job to do. They had to get past the shingles. They had to get the back boards, bolt the thing so the tanks can go through. They didn't stop. Oh, our tank got destroyed. No, they kept going. Guys, no, that's called determination. That's called pushing on. That's called moving forward. Yeah. It's called moving forward. Just because you say a casualty, you know, it's like Band of Brothers Day. Remember in Band of Brothers, there was an episode. They were in a Battle of the Bulge. At the end of that episode, all of them were sitting in the church. All of them. You have Garnier, Bertowski, and all these other guys are sitting down there. And then they're showing pictures of their faces as you're listening, as you're in the church, looking at the people that were there singing after they liberated this one village. As they were singing, these are World War II guys on a true story. This is how it was going down. Garnier and Joe both got the legs blown off. Lieutenant, I forgot his name, Lieutenant so-and-so, he went to a mental breakdown and couldn't see the fact that his 2 friends were dead. And Malarkey, he was still in, but he had to go to the hospital and get a bullet removed. This guy, he got shot on the buttocks. This other guy, and it was going down by the time. And guess what? You know what they did? They made their bodies disappear like just vanishing away. Vanishing and vanishing. This guy vanishing. And by the time they're done, there was only 7 people in that chair from their unit, from their team. Easy company. They were just sitting right there. Say, hands, where are you going with this? This is how I see it. Guys, at the end of the day, at the end of our lifetime, what will happen to us? Is it, when we come back here to meet on a reunion, is it just going to be Sean? Is it just going to be Chris? Is it just going to be Timmy? All sitting right here, this what happened to so-and-so, this what happened to so-and-so. And at the end of the Christian church, the teen boys class, there's only 3. Will that happen to us next? Guys, it's a war. The devil wants us. That's right. Are you going to be a KIA and MIA, missing action, killing action? Guess what? Sometimes the devil hates KIAs, a lot of Christians, because they're not here on this earth anymore. There's a lot of MIA Christians, missing in action Christians that walked out on the faith. Yes, sir. There's a lot of POWs imprisoned by the devil. They can't get rid of their own sin. They're doomed to it. Why? Because they were not abounding in the work of the Lord. They were not continuing in it. Knowing that too is like, guys, when you see people fall, you gotta keep moving forward. Right. You gotta keep moving forward. The guy, I like using it as an illustration. The reason I use D-Day as an illustration, they did not stop. They had work to do. They had work to do. If they stopped, work was not going to be done. Right. Just because someone falls from the faith doesn't mean you have to stop. You keep pressing forward. We're also always abounding in the work of the Lord. You continue in it. Guys, the reason why people are movable, because they get so frustrated with the most smallest things. Oh, this person not coming to church anymore. Okay, I guess I have to stop with the bus ministries. Oh, this person not coming to my church anymore. I guess I have to preach. Oh, this person offended. I guess I'm going to leave. No. You still had to keep to it. There's a lot of souls still dying out there. Just because this happens, no. Not only on Sundays, but guess what? When the pastor's not around, you still come to church. Amen. Oh, the pastor doesn't come to visit me. So go to church. The Redskins football coach don't come to visit you, yet you still go to their games. Oh, amen. Amen. You ever thought about that? Oh man, Ezekiel Elliott, the quarterback, didn't come to visit me. I can go to his game. No, well, guess what? You're still going to his game. They could care less about you. They don't even know who you are. But the pastor walks by because he has some stuff on his mind after somebody told him that this person has backslid and is still in his mind and burns his heart. You have the audacity to say that, oh, he didn't say hello to me. You think about yourself that much that man has a lot on his mind? Somebody walks by you and is like, hey, how are you? Oh, he said hello to me the wrong way. Trey, put some shoes on his place, see how I feel. Yeah. Think about too many people. That's why you can't say hello to you right now. God calls us to a holy living in 1 Peter. Always abounding more with the Lord. There's a difference. In 1 Peter, he talks about the 1 Peter chapter 2. I preached a sermon on this. He talks about the holy and the royal priesthood. Now, what's the difference? Holy priesthood is talking about being a living sacrifice unto God. Royal priesthood is basically like a way of someone. You bring people to Christ. Basically, what a priest is, you're representing God to man. That's basically what it is. Guys, we need to do the same thing. Okay? But we can't do it unless we are clean. Unless we are empty. We are abounding in sin. We should be abounding in the work of the Lord.
Right. We
should be abounding in the book. You can't abound a little bit of here. You can't abound a little bit of there. Oh, I'm gonna sin a little bit of here, and I'm gonna go and serve the Lord. I'm gonna sin a little bit here, and I'm gonna go and soul, knock on doors. So I'm gonna abound a little bit here. I'm gonna go to a Bible college and abound a little bit. No, you can't do that. It's either all in or all out. And by the looks of it, if it's all in and sin for you, it's not gonna go well.
Right.
It is not. So well, how do I know that? Well, ask the people that backslide. Ask the people. When you have a family of yourself, I'm telling you this now. I'm telling you everything that I've seen. From when I was gone, I haven't been here. From what I heard. From what I have heard. I'm telling you right now, you guys, I want you to be the dad that you need to be. My dad tells me this. Don't disrespect your kids in front of everybody in the whole world. Discipline them behind your back. This is for my dad, it's not for me. I don't have kids myself. I don't live for my kids. But my dad told me this, don't ever do that again. I believe it. Because I see where grown-ups, they mess with their kids so much, I'm going to leave the church. Archie Chapel, I'm using Pastor Archie Chapel to use the story. My dad tells the story all the time. There was a man who was in the bus ministries here. His son went by the wayside. Keep the story short. I love Pastor Chapel. Pastor Chapel went downstairs into the basement. That young boy said, "What must I do for my son not to end up like you?" Straight up told him, just like that. And you know what that person said? My dad and I, we love each other so much. But until he started that bus ministry, he let that guy before me. And now I hate him for that. Never ever put your ministry before your kids either. Never do that. I've been told so many times not to do that, even at PCC. Your ministry is your family. Family God. God even puts in the Bible too. Hey, your family is the first ministry. Because if you can't control your family, how can you take care of any other ministry? How can you take care of the church? But God tells us that. God knows what He's doing. But guess what? It's someone around. When you pay attention to the ministry more, and boom, the kids are all backsliding. And you wonder what happened. I'm telling you, that's a little side note because I care for you guys. Always abound, guys. Be careful what the devil has for you. Don't abound in sin. Abound in the book. Abound in the Word of God. But handsy, we hear it all the time. Good. I'm not going to stop telling you. Because if you get, Lord, God forbid, if one does backslide, I'm like this. I told him over and over and over again, read his Bible. So I won't feel bad, right? Sin is sin holding you back from being steadfast, from abounding in the work of God? Are you being moved easily? So many Christians are being moved. Their marriage is being moved. Marriage is being moved. I know so many pastors down the south. Their marriage is moved big time. Like, what do you mean moved? Divorce. I fell in love with another lady. And a lot of pastors doing some stuff they're not supposed to be doing. I know a lot of people being moved that way. A lot of people in the ministry of the church, Sunday school teachers, moved. Why? Because they're doing wrong stuff with the teenage boys and girls that they're not supposed to be doing. I know a lot of that. A lot of people, pianists, music ministries moved. Why? Because they up-jumped the one with the pastor's daughter. A lot of people moved. And this is my reaction. Why are y'all telling me this for? Look, man, I don't know if I have a face of sharing your burdens with me, but by the time I walk into the church, the guy starts crying like, man, this is the most weirdest thing I've ever been in my life. The guy starts crying. My song leader, he left and went off with my daughter. I was like, wow. Wow. I was just here to worship the Lord. I didn't expect that to happen. I had played the piano for his church and all, but I was just like, wow. So why am I telling you guys this? There's going to be people leave. And when you leave, you're going to hurt a lot of people. You're going to hurt a lot of people. And I want you guys to remember that. And guess what? When the people walk out on your life, if they hurt you, you say, I'm going to do better than that. I'm almost done. Don't abound more in sin. Abound more in beauty. I say, how do you do this? Guys, just read the Word of God. Read your Bible and pray. And commit yourself to God. Have a relationship with God. That's all God. That's what He wants. Guys, look at Joseph. He knew that God was around him. He said, no, I will not touch this woman. Look at David. David honored God. A man after God's own heart. You need to be like that. Pass out tracts. Do what you need to do. Do work. You say, oh, I mean, how do I abound in the works of the Lord? Just do it.
Right.
Just do it. You know that you're supposed to be doing it. You're not a baby Christian anymore. Oh man, I'll pray about going to church. For what? I pray about going to for what? Just do it. Jump in. Come on, Bob. Everybody, let's go. Let's do it. Let's hop right in. Some of us are tiptoeing Christians. Like, oh, I'm from a foot in the water. Just jump right in. If it says good to go 5 feet deep, you're good to go into good and dive, just jump right in. That's what God wants. Don't hesitate about it. You make things so complicated, so messed up that when we try to get to that point in time, oh, do I do this now? Do I do this? By the time, what do I do? You know you should be doing it, you just do it.
Right.
If you know you should be sowing it doesn't have to be on Thursday nights at the church. You can go someplace else and do it. You don't have to show your face at the church. Okay? Steadfast. The only way for us not to be moved is we have to be steadfast. The only way we cannot be moved by this world, we have to be abounding in the work of God. Guys, look on the important things. Set your affections on things above, not things below. This is what I found out. Once you fall in love with God, okay? Once you fall in love with God, this is what God does for you. Once you are busy, we're trying to please God. God will say, Henry, thank you so much. God will turn his focal point off of him and say, now look at these people. These are the people I want you to minister to. And guess what, guys? You're going to say that, wow, this is what the work of God is about. Once you can't get to that point unless you start abounding in the work of God. Until you start standing steady firm. You can't see yet. The people out there are like, oh, how do I get to that point? You get to that point. Once you say, I'm going to stand fast in the word of God, God, I want to fall in love with you. Read your Bible, I want to pray. Once you get to that point, once you get rid of all this sin in your life, it's going to be hard, but once you push it out the way, God's going to say this, I know you love me, son. I want you to look at these people now. And God, that's what God wants for you. And that's what I want for you guys. I don't want you guys to backslide. Yeah. Don't give up. Please don't give up. It's a fight. Number 3, our labor is not vain. Now we can get to the part where our labor is not vain. Because by the time I'm tired of singing, I hear church preaching so much, oh, God's coming back. We should be happy. God's coming. Yeah, but what about in the middle of that? What about in the middle of, oh yeah, God's coming back, but hey, pastor, there's still more people backsliding. There's still more people dying. There's still more people that not living right as Christians. Why? Because they leave out the steadfast. They leave out the unmovable. They touch on it in a little bit of ways, but oh, I can't wait till God comes back. Yeah, when God comes back, there's still people dying and going to hell, and there are still some casualties in the war. Okay, how I see it, right now, God said, I shall return, and we're still waiting for him. In the meantime, we're fighting an enemy, and we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare ourselves. Moses kept on leading. David, he kept on fighting. And Abraham, he kept on obeying. He was out in the wilderness. He didn't know what was going on. He still kept on serving God. Right. I promise you, see, hey, look up in the stars, Abraham. I see the stars, God. I mean, I see a lot of stars. Good. That's what your sense would be like. Okay? That's what they're going to be like. Okay, God, you said that the son that you gave me is going to be on the promised seed. Why do you want me to kill him? I want you to keep on obeying me. You see, Abraham didn't know where he was. Sometimes we didn't know where we are in life, but we got to keep on obeying. Right. We got to keep serving God. We got to keep pushing on. Because why? He's coming again, but at the same time, there's a devil out there who does not want us to be steadfast in the faith, who does not want us to abound the works of God. He wants us to be moved. That's and the Bible tells us right here, be unmovable. Amen. But sometimes we take that little U in this movement. Be unmovable. You can't be pushed by the devil. Right. See, the devil just does this to you every day. I like it. The devil doesn't tempt you like this. Do it. No, he does this to you. And he comes back again. Until it gets harder and harder and harder. Okay? And guess who's going to take this? Sean is. Sean. Yeah, exactly. No. Until Sean gets on his knees and pray, no, the devil is tempting me to do something. I don't want to do it. I'm going to do it. And so many of us, we allow the devil to do that. We have it in our mind. We think about the sin. The devil just nudging us, thinking about, putting our minds, we think about, pushing us. Oh, I don't think I'm fine. Then boom, we sin. That's what the devil wants. He doesn't shove it in our minds. He wants us to think about it. He wants us to listen to it. He wants us to even picture it. But before that thing can even happen, we have to be careful. We get moved because we get tired of serving, preaching. It discourages us. But guys, don't let it discourage you. Keep on serving Christ. I'm so proud of you guys that you're still here. You know, I was honestly, bro, when I came back, I was discouraged that day. Like, well, at Wednesday night, I was discouraged. When I got off all that pulpit, by the time I was so discouraged, I can't even help Mrs. Stronghold get off the altar. And that's how discouraged I was. I was like, man, why am I even doing this for? I was so distracted by the time. I almost let Mrs. Stronghold fall, or Mrs. Strong fall down. That's how discouraged I was. I kid you not. But then it was just like God told me something. Hansel, why are you so focused on them? Because God, I lost my best friend. Lord, I lost someone who taught me piano. Because God, the people that were in the bus ministry who I looked up to, they're gone too. The people that were in their church, they're gone. What happened? What happened? And God said this, I want you to look at these teenagers right now. Because while you're so focused on them, I need you to be focused on these right now. That's right. Okay? In Isaiah chapter 1, verse 18, I'm done now. My Bible's closed. I'm trying to close up now, but I'm just preaching on. But in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 18, Isaiah chapter 1, I'm almost done here. He says this, I have left unto you a small remnant. You guys should have been destroyed, but I left unto you a small remnant. Okay? Guys, God has left for me to see a remnant, and this is you guys. Still serving to live right for God. Keep on keeping on and continue. Don't let no one take you away from the faith whatsoever. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for the day, Lord.